All right, and here we are back with episode number 8. So today's episode is going to be a little different compared to the first several ones, since the first several kind of revolved around strength, building muscle mass, and kind of gains per se. So today we're going to switch it up entirely. We're going to go more mobility based. So with the mobility stuff, you can expect kind of like prehab, rehab, mobility, flexibility, movements, and anything related to that. So today we're going to target 3 different parts of the body. So we're going to start off with the shoulders first. We're going to work our way down to the T-spine, and then we're going to lastly go down to the L-spine. Okay, so every body part is going to have 4 exercises that we're going to use to hit said body part, and then we're just going to start up top with the shoulders and then work our way down until we get to the end with the L-spine. Okay, so follow along. All right, as you do these, just make sure to move very controlled. Okay, nice, slow control. It's a little different. It's not like we're doing plyometrics or anything. So just make sure that you're moving nice and carefully. Okay, this is meant to feel good. It's not meant to do anything else. All right, so go ahead and follow along. We're going to start off with the shoulders first, and then work our way down. All right, and then to start off, we're going to hit the shoulders first. So the first one's very straightforward. With these scapular push-ups, the only things you really have to worry about is keeping your elbows locked out the entire time. And then it's in your shoulder blades. So let them separate as far as they can from each other, and then let them come in and squeeze together. All right, then next up, we are going to need a piece of equipment for this one. So just a quick band, a resistance band, or a mini band works too. With the mini band, you can just put it around your wrist. So as you're doing these, big pointer when you do these before you even begin is to kind of squeeze your shoulder blades and then pull them downwards. All right, once you've done that, keep that shoulder blade position locked in place as you keep the tension on that band pulled apart. All right, as you go all the way overhead and all the way back down to the start position. All right, and then moving right along. Okay, we are going to need a band for this one as well, too. So now if you only have like one big band, you can kind of loop it around something or anchor it and then grab the sides like they're the handles. So first off, as you see right here is the band angels. So the only real pointer with this one is just make sure that your arms are in line with the side of your body and keep them there the entire time. All right, make sure that you're keeping that tension, a good amount of tension as you're bringing the band all the way overhead and then back down to by your sides. Next one, very, very, very similar, almost identical. So it's still angels, but with these are pulsing angels, okay? So same idea, keeping your arms by your side, but now you're gonna let them come a little bit forward and then pull them back as you go through that same range of motion, okay? And again, all the way down to where your arms are by your sides and all the way overhead. Okay, now that we've gotten all these shoulder stuff out the way, we can make that smooth transition down to the T-spine. So for those that don't know, the T-spine is just your mid-back. So it's still vertebrae T1 through T12. So again, that entire middle section of your back. So let's go ahead and knock out the T-spine stuff out. Once we get done with these 4 exercises, we're gonna transition straight down and get another smooth transition to the L-spine. All right, and as I mentioned before, so now we're gonna work our way from our shoulders down to the T-spine. So as you notice right there, I do have a foam roller. Now, if you have one, perfect. If you don't, you can grab anything similar in height just so that you can put the top leg on top. And as you see here, the inside leg, so the leg on the ground is locked out. Off leg is at about 90 degrees or just keeping the knee as high as I can. And as you do these, you want to make sure that you want to open up as much as you possibly can. If you can touch the back of your hand on the ground, perfect. And you want to do so without letting the leg that's on the foam roller or whatever lift up. And then next up, so still hitting the T-spine. So this next move is really 2 moves into one. So we're going to start off by going a kneeling rotation and then a kneeling side bend. So as you see right here, I'm going to rotate as much as I possibly can towards that front leg. And then as I'm doing so, I also want to keep that knee locked forward. Okay. And then when I do the side bend, as you'll see right here, put my hand on my hip and I want to reach over as much as I possibly can. In a perfect world, you'd be able to reach over far enough so that your fingers are pointing towards the ground. All right, and then this next one of my favorites. So this seated windmill. So with the seated windmill, it's pretty straightforward. All you need is a bench, chair, couch, whatever, anything you can sit on. And then from here, you want to begin by placing both hands on the ground, okay? Specifically both palms. You want to keep them flat. So as you have them flat there, you want to keep one hand on the ground at all times, one palm. And then you want to open up as much as you can possibly can. As you can see there, want to open up your chest. And then want to open up the chest far enough so that my palm is facing the ceiling. All right, and now this is the last one of the thoracic spine. So with these thoracic extensions, you can do them two ways. So as you can see right here, I got my elbows on the top of the bench, which no matter what is exactly how you should have them. And I'm letting my body sink down as low as I possibly can. So think about keeping your elbows on top of the bench and then trying to get your chest towards the ground as close as you can get. So you can knock them out as you see me doing them right there, okay? So for repetitions, or you can also hold that bottom position, okay? So you'll see right here when I go down, you can hold right there as opposed to coming back up. All right, now that we've gotten all the T-spine stuff out the way, T-spine stands for thoracic, by the way. But now that we have that done, we're gonna work our way down the spine. Okay, so we're gonna hit the L spine next. L meaning lumbar. So that's just L1 through L5, AKA your lower back, that part where your spine starts to meet your pelvis. All right, and now on to the last one, which is the lumbar spine. So number one, we're gonna start off with iron crosses. So the iron crosses, we wanna start off by laying on our backs, sticking our arms out to the sides. I wanna keep those arms and hands glued to the ground. As you do so, you wanna emphasize swinging the foot up as high as you possibly can, and then just alternating to the other side. Number two, exact same thing. So these are also iron crosses, but these are with a 90-degree bend at the knees. All right, so with these, you want to make sure that you're keeping your knees together the entire time. And then as you lower your knees side to side, you want to get them as low as you possibly can. If you can touch the ground, go for it. But make sure to keep the knees together. All right, now this next one. They're called supine knee tucks. Okay, so with this, pretty straightforward. I just grab around like shin or ankle area. And then from there, I want to pull my knees into my chest, squeeze as hard as I can, hold for a second before I relax. Now the last one, all right, these are gonna look a little funny as you can see. So these are called baby rolls. So with the baby rolls, they do look funny, but they work. So all I tell people when doing these is to make sure you stop yourself with your elbow and then push yourself back over. All right, man, that concludes today. So the last one being that L spine, of course I threw in there because the vast majority of society period has a lot of lower back issues and kind of like that stiffness and all that right there. Okay, so we hit the shoulders, we hit the T-spine, which is thoracic, of course, the L spine, which is the lumbar. Okay, so those three will conclude today. And at a later date, I will make another video where we'll target other joints or other body parts as well, too. Okay, so for now, that's all I got for you. I'll make sure to catch you next time on episode number 9.